These can only be about 9 minutes long on this tablet that I'm recording this on right now. Like I said, this is just kind of I'm going to play around with it and see if it's a good thing or not. But welcome back. This is part 2 of my podcast that I have going on. Like I said, I don't want it to be long. This is only going to be about, I can only make these videos about 9 minutes. So this is going to be kind of just the ending of my part 1. And I'll put it up and see what kind of response I get. But I'll finish the story that I was talking about. I was talking about the internet and meeting people online and how that's now with social media, it's completely just a normal thing. You know, when you upload a picture to Instagram, you just get randomly added by random people, all over the world. And same with Facebook. There's those weirdos that add you that are on the other side of the world, and it's like, who the hell is this person? And I know some people that get like most of my friends that are girls, they get like weirded out. Like, who is this person in Malaysia that's added? Like, why? What about why what about me on Facebook, on Facebook of all things, which is more of like like the person, so you add them. It's not really a meet new people online kind of, maybe it is for a certain group of people, but like for me it's not, and for my friends and here in Canada it's not used like that typically. I mean, it is kinda, it's tough, but I feel like Instagram and Twitter would be more likely to be used to meet people from other countries that you just want to chat with. Facebook, I feel, is more personal. I mean, my mom's on Facebook. So anyway, I finished my story, I guess. I was talking to this guy in New York City, and I asked him some personal questions, and he kind of got pissed off at me. And he's a good guy. I don't think he's going to take it too personal, but I think I weirded him out with all my personal questions. And but I was just asking about rent and like cost of living and stuff, and what kind of what it was like to go to school there, and if he knew about Canada and like what his perceptions of Canadians were. And he knew a lot of Canadians in Canada, and he said like a lot of the Canadians here are really open-minded and funny and nice. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, what's your he asked me, a guy from New York City asked me, how do I feel about Canadians? I guess to kind of help him understand what Canadians are like. And I was with my roommate at the time, and she's like, well, we're super polite and we always say sorry. So that's what I typed in, and I told him, because I got into this long message about like, well, okay, dude, like let's lower this down a little bit, and Canadians and Americans, and I got in a whole political tirade. I completely was going on, and she's just like, keep it simple. And that's true. I mean, I should. And sometimes I get a little bit too personal with people that I meet online, and I think that we're like best friends, and they're like, dude, remember who the fuck you're talking to. Like, I don't even know who you are. Like, don't talk to me like that. Like, I've gotten that so many times where I've offended people overseas or in different worlds because I didn't know what I couldn't ask. And I mean, some people just take things personally, but my best friends are the most open-minded. And anyway, I asked him if Americans mind being called the Yanks or Yankees. And he kind of was like, nah, we don't care. And then I asked him, well, I said I didn't, and that's probably why he took it kind of in a weird way. But I more or less said, technically, Americans are people that are from all over the Americas, including North America, South America, Central America. So I asked him a pretty I nonchalantly gave him a a statement which he said instantly, I have to go do my laundry, and I'll talk to you later, dude. Nice talking to you. Like, just cutthroat. And then he's like, and yes, I do think that those are the Americans. So he's on my level, but it was a very personal question for him, and he did stop the conversation right there. He was like, "What the? I'm not getting into this right now. Like, I'm going to bed." It was late at night, so why I'm talking about this and why I have this stuck in my head is because it's funny um, how Americans are, how people from the United States of America are. And I'm not trying to diss them. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to piss anyone off. I'm just speaking my mind right now. But I think Americans are a little bit odd. And it's a good thing that they are. And I only have about 3 more minutes, so obviously I'm not going to talk too much more about it. But they're sort of, exceptional. And there's a whole definition. You should look it up if it interests you. But they are American exceptionalists. They feel like they are different as a nation than any other country on this planet. And they have a duty, a right, the privilege as people, citizens of the United States of America, as Americans, as they